Okay, we're ready for Friday of week 12. And this was a hard sentence. It's a doozy. There were 3 different clauses, so you're going to have 3 different basic lines. But so we still know we have our main sentence, which was E.B. White got the idea for the book. Okay, so I'm going to take my line here, draw it across like this, and I know I'm always going to have a subject and a verb. What was the subject of one? If I need to, I can go back up and look at Tuesday. E.B. White was a subject. Now, if your capitalization and stuff is wrong here, I'm not going to count off, but that's really the way you write it. And what did E.B. White do? He got, so that's my verb. Now I look at this. If there was a verb transitive, there was a direct object, so remember I draw my line right here. The direct object, when I look back up at Tuesday, was idea. He got what? The idea. It goes there. I did not have an indirect object, so I don't need to worry about that. I did have some prepositional phrases and some adjectives and adverbs. So I'm going to pull Tuesday down so we can see it just a little bit. E.B. White got, and then I need the idea. I need the and for the book. The obviously describes idea, so it's going to hang right there. For the book is a prepositional phrase. Which idea was it? So for the book, so it's going to hang off of idea, and we know we write prepositional phrases like this. The preposition goes here, the OP goes here, and then the describes book, so it hangs off of book. Okay, oops, sorry, I forgot you couldn't see. So again, you draw this shape for the prepositional phrase. This is where the preposition goes, the OP, and the describes book. This the describes idea. So we've got our main one done. The other 2 are both dependent clauses, so they're going to be dangling. Who wrote the book? Stuart Little was one of them. We already know that describes E.B. White. So we're going to come down here. You see? Sorry. And then draw a dotted line down. I'm going to do this because it should be connecting at who, because who is who E.B. White is, right? So this is still the main thing. Who and wrote is the verb. Is there a direct object in that sentence? Yes, he wrote what? The book. So I'm going to do my line that goes down to it but doesn't cross and put in book. You can see that's the basic point of this sentence. Who wrote a book? Now the is describing book. And then you have Stuart Little. Well, isn't Stuart Little, didn't we say it's in a positive that just renames book? So in this case, if I look over here, look at that. Appositives go on the same line in parentheses with whatever they're describing. That's what that is right there. That's an appositive that describes a subject. Now, our Stuart Little didn't describe who, it described book. So I'm going to extend this line out a little bit and put Stuart Little right here. Obviously, I didn't extend my line quite far enough. So now I've got E.B. White, who wrote the book Stuart Little, got the idea for the book. Okay? Now I have the other dependent clause, which is while he was sleeping on a train, which I already talked about. That was an adverb dependent clause that describes when he got the idea, right? So since it describes when he got it, we're going to draw the dotted line off of got. I'm going to bring it over here. And it's going to connect to the verb because it's an adverb dependent clause. Now, while was a subordinate conjunction, so we're going to write it right across the dotted line. You actually could write it straight, but I don't really care. Okay, so what's the subject of this one? He. What was the verb? Was sleeping. And then we had on a train was a prepositional phrase. It describes where he was sleeping, so we're going to do our prepositional phrase line. Sorry, the down and across. What was the preposition? On. What was the OP? Train. And then it was a train, so we do a. And you've got every word on there, and they're all connected the way they should be, just like a puzzle. And you're done.